Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a friend of Aidan's and I've been asked to do artwork for this project. I am from London. I work right now at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, which is a huge and beautiful space in the middle of London, in the middle of Regent's Park. I studied Latin. I do a lot of set construction, or I would like to do a lot of set construction. That's what I really love, and I also do art and I like to design things and make things. So Aidan has asked me to talk about how I came up with the main Jester image, which is the image on the Kickstarter page. This is one of the painted versions. It was a lot of research and a lot of history and folklore and a lot of thought about different things that could happen with it. We did a lot of work on Photoshop. We scanned a lot of things in. We scanned my original purple and white sketch in. We fiddled around with it a lot. I eventually I realised that I wanted a hand-painted version to be like the final thing. I printed off a big image and I filled it in by hand, and then I painted it with beautiful watercolour paints that my mum gave me, and this is what it looks like. And it is a little rough, but I wanted it, I think Aidan as well wanted it not too clean looking, because I don't know, I just kind of like it. So Aidan gave me the vaguest brief. He said, I want a face, kind of, but not. So that's where I started from. I wanted to look into the Jester, like as a concept, the Fool, like the medieval Fool, the Joker on playing cards, kind of the whole, like the history and folklore aspect of that is really interesting. If you go back a long way, you get a lot of kind of, it's related to the spirit, to a concept of the devil, but it's also something that's used as a device for telling the truth in a time when the truth needs to be told and no one wants to talk about it. It's used as that a lot, like, and there's a theme in England in old Punch and Judy shows of like villages kind of getting through difficult times, or like addressing something that's happening that isn't being dealt with, using puppets who have like a harlequin style diamond hat and look, and sometimes little horns and kind of distorted, exaggerated faces. So I think the history of that is really interesting, and I looked through a lot of images of medieval court jesters who would make jokes for the king or for a duke or an earl, and you see that in Shakespeare quite a lot. Twelfth Night particularly has a very interesting fool. And I looked at playing cards, and I also looked at the Joker in Batman and his face and what he looked like. I and many other people my age, and probably many people watching this, have had to work for free over and over and over again. It's becoming so normal to exploit so many people. And you know, sometimes it is exploitative, sometimes it is long hours and hard work, and sometimes mildly dangerous work. Like, I've done a lot of things, building sets and setting up theatres and things that, you know, it's not completely safe. You don't get the right equipment, breathe in a lot of weird stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's not awful and it's something you love doing, but just because something is something you love doing doesn't mean that you don't deserve to eat or pay rent. Everyone in my age bracket right now is struggling to find work, and I don't know anyone who got a job that they really wanted without doing years of work for free. I think that the best way to stop it is to do this, to make our own projects, make our own work, and pay everyone involved, because they should be paid, to do it one project at a time, and we can hope that it becomes a trend, we can hope that it becomes something people make noise about, and that eventually bigger organisations will realise or get embarrassed that they're not following our practice. As a movement, I like Surrealism. I really like Surrealism. I particularly like the idea of found objects and of things that occur in nature that are kind of weird, and I know they're not random because they're complex and perfect. And I mean things like the way barnacles form on the bottom of ships, that I have no idea why the patterns that form are there, and probably most people wouldn't call them patterns at all. Just be like, there's some stuff on that ship, someone should clean it. But I like that stuff. I like the idea of things that happen and they only happen once. I know someone spills yogurt on the street, and the way that it falls and the shape that it makes on the pavement will never happen again. Something about the wind that day and the moisture in the air and the place it was dropped from and how all of that happened and what it fell on and the way the colours contrast like that. Those circumstances will probably never ever happen again, and that one thing is there only for a moment, and it is strange and beautiful in a way, in a very specific way that I appreciate. And a lot of that is reflected in Surrealism. Thank you so much if you have watched this far, if you've listened to me ramble on about weird things. Thank you. I really hope you enjoy the film when it's finished. It's gonna be great. I hope you enjoy all the artwork that comes out, that will get posted, and I hope you donate because I think it's a really good cause. And thank you. Bye.